Okay, you are here. We are in exercise section 2. We just finished exercise section 1, which was the scales and the melodic cells. And the last one was the pentatonic exercises. And so now we're at the intervals, and we're going to start with intervals of a third. So here is the diagram that I use when I play interval exercises, and it's just a visual guide. It helps me a lot. And I had another video where I kind of explain in pretty great detail, the color coding and how I use this to help me improve more quickly. I urge you to take some time to try to absorb, even though it might look kind of busy and complicated, it's really not. Just in a nutshell, the first note of the scale, this is first position, so you can see right there, that's hole 1. Below is the yellow circle in the upper left corner, and then there's octave 1 over in 4, 5, and whole 5s, and then 9. You can see that's where the octaves go. And then, intervals have the lines across between the circles. And so off the first scale degree, I always use a black line. On the second scale degree, I use a yellow line. The third scale degree, I always use a green. And the fourth, blue. And then the fifth, I use orange. And then off of the sixth, I use a white line. And then on the seventh scale degree, I use red. And so you just kind of just follow, and then you would play whatever the note on the black line off the first note, whatever that black line connects to, that's the third interval of a third, and you play that note. Now, as opposed to the other interval exercise diagrams, I have like double black lines there, and I have double yellow. In this case, we just don't worry about the second line, because I also use this diagram for the triad exercises, and in the triads you will be playing all 3 of those notes in varying patterns, right? So you just remember just to pay attention to the first black line, and then the first yellow line, and then the first green line, and then you'll be playing the thirds. All right, so here we are, and here's our custom musical notation here, and this is intervals of a third, and I call this rising ascending. Rising meaning when the first note, the second note is higher pitch than the first note. I define that as a rising melody, or a rising 2 notes. And then ascending refers to how we go up the scale progressively. So, and I explain this in other videos as well. So this is rising and ascending. And this first, I'm going to play this slowly. All right, and so now I'm going to play it a little more quickly. Not super fast, but just a little more quickly. Yeah, those were 8th notes. So I basically played 2 notes, one third interval per beat, and so those would be 8th notes at the tempo here, which is 70 beats per minute. Now we're going to go with third intervals again, and also rising, but this time with each successive interval that we play is going to be a descending sequence. So whereas on the previous one we started on the one on the tonic, and then we moved to the second note, but this time we're going down to the seventh. So it's a descending, rising intervals, descending, and this is a third. So I'm going to play it. Slowly at first. Okay, and now we'll do eighth notes a little more quickly. Okay, moving on now, we're still in the thirds, and our intervals of a third are falling. So the second note is lower in pitch than the first note of each interval, as you can see here, right? And also these are descending. So each successive interval in the sequence that we play is going to be going down the scale, and as you can see graphically right here. Okay, so I'm going to start doing that, and slowly at first. All right, and now we'll do the eighth notes, which will be a little quicker. Okay, and then finally, we're doing falling intervals of a third again, but now we're going to ascend in the sequence, as you can see. All right, so let's hear what that sounds like, played slowly. All right, and now we'll play the eighth notes.